gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, it is me, Dukect, here live. Yes, I am here live on the Dukect Lounge. Thank you so much for joining me here on TalkShoe.com, also on YouTube.com/Dukect, also on vid.me as well. You can also find me on freaking Awesome Network. I just dropped also, freaking Awesome Network and Mid Expression, but also I recently dropped my Marine 5 review. It's done, finally. Whew, it took me so long because I was just so, I was like, man, I just, didn't really, it was a slog, but I feel like I really did a pretty good job. I really, really think I did a pretty good job with this one, and hopefully you guys and gals enjoy it. I hope you all like it, and, well, continue supporting me, Dukect, into all of my little endeavors, and my endeavors will include my 50th episode. Yes, my 50th episode, which is coming very soon. Hopefully I will have it done maybe in 1 or 2 weeks. Maybe I'll get a cameo in there too. We'll be doing that. I'm trying to go do recording. I'll probably do some of the stuff this weekend, and afterwards I will be, doing that stuff. Also, if you want to spring other stuff here, Dukect Friday Night live streams will return, and we'll be going more into Mass Effect. We'll be doing a lot more side questing inside of the Citadel for right now. Then we will go off into our adventures into the wild, I can't say wild blue yonder since we're in space, so wild space yonder? Leave some in the comments to say if I'm saying this right, or in the chat, which the chat room is always live and on lock, ladies and gentlemen. So pretty much, yes. It is, by the way, the Dukect Lounge live, and I will always try to make sure that everything is going to be on point. Always on, make sure the entire show is, interesting and live, and everything here talking about the big stuff in wrestling and all the good things. Well, let's see. Well, there's a lot of people have been talking, and they've been talking, ladies and gentlemen, about about this big Shinsuke Nakamura versus John Cena dream match, which a lot of people were happy, but then were upset that this thing is getting on free TV. And now, I am not opposed to long-term booking. Personally, I think that's the problem with WWE nowadays. They're doing these matches that have no heat, no real reason to be there, no story or anything else. It used to be a build-up to a story, the build-up to a pay-per-view, a build-up to these events. And I see that reason why people are frustrated and upset about this. I can see why a lot of people are. And the old model. But, well, here's the thing, ladies and gentlemen. I can see why WWE is trying to do all these matches, because it seems really foolish, and some say, well, just do tag matches all the time. Then you become a real, formulaic. And this me, Devil African and such, is formulaic. And we have pay-per-views every other month, and the big one, one of the main reasons why this stuff won't work is because you have a you have the network, which costs like $10. You're not rushing towards a pay-per-view that costs $60 now. It's now down to $10. It's not really, oh my gosh, the biggest show of WrestleMania. If it costs $10, it just takes away the sting of it. Same for SummerSlam. Same for Survivor Series, Royal Rumble, and etc. When the price of entry to watch the show is for $10, it's not much of a, oh my gosh, it's a, it's like I'll catch it when whatever. It builds up to the apathy, even if you do build it right. And even if they did build these things right, you have it's oversaturated anyway. That's another issue with the roster itself. The roster, not only roster, but also the time. They have like over how many hours on television? They have 3 hours on Raw. You have 2 hours of SmackDown Live. Then you have 205 Live. Then after that, that's another hour. That's 6. Then you have NXT. That's 7. That's 7 hours. And if you're not doing any type of special or anything else on that one, which would be at least like 1 or maybe 2 hours, so you add up on there. Then you have a pay-per-view event. You have a pay-per-view that is 3 hours. So in total, you have about a minimum of like 7 to 10 hours a week of wrestling. So how are you going to fill that content with just jobber matches and tag teams matches on like their free premium shows? It will get a little tiresome. And you want to have something to really grab the here. You want to really, really grab some type of, what's the word here? Yes, you want to grab on to the show, to grab onto the most important part of this, to the meat of the show. You want to say, hey, these shows are worth watching instead of watching nothing but tag matches. I know New Japan and all those places can, but I think they can kind of get away with it because those of their shows they don't have like the same like oversaturation here. And it is a monster and it's a beast of the creation of the WWE. And they made this monster and they made this bed, so they have no other choice. Well, to paraphrase McFoley, they have no other choice to be power drived on it. So yeah, that's pretty much what we are looking at right now, ladies and gentlemen. This is what we have right now. This is why we are here in this situation. Yeah. Oh, goodness. Seeing people on Combo having so much fun. One day, ladies and gentlemen, I will go to Con Bravo. And hell, if I actually get popular enough, ladies and gentlemen, I will do a show on a live Dukect Lounge. If y'all want me to do so, if I get popular enough. So hit that subscribe and like, favorite, subscribe, and all those little things kids do. But anyway, back to the point. You have these matches. You have these matches that have no heat and air, but the reason why they put them on because people are engaged, they like them, and that sort of thing. And to me, there's a solution to this issue, is to have build up to these matches. First off, bring back jobbers and such. Bring them back. I mean, the reason why Braun Strowman and Alexis and Nia Jax was built up is that they built these women. You build up the the women and the people around. They're like, hey, why not have, instead of just wasting your money on hiring, keeping around Jinder Mahal, or Kurt Hawkins, and all this other stuff, have some jobber that you like. I think Brian Alvarez says, why not have a jobber, come out here and do that stuff? And yes, I know I'm basically trying to swing my own argument, but you want to keep these people fresh and you want them for their pay-per-views. So I mean, honestly, it is a frustrating motion. But I will say this about this whole John Cena and Nakamura stuff is, like I said, it is a lot of time filling to really make sure these matches, and you want the people to come home happy. You want something to watch. They want something to watch, and here it is. People who want the internet, they have Nakamura and John Cena fighting for SmackDown and making SmackDown seem relevant. Personally, I would like to see a storyline for these two or something like that to make the show relevant. Storylines, continuations, that sort of thing. A big match here and there would be fine, but at the end of the day, it is a TV show. That's what the WWE should be pushing, what Smackdown Live and Monday Night Raw is. In fact, that was mostly what they did when the whole Smackdown Live stuff began. It was pushed as a TV. I felt like there were actually interesting stories there. Stories people were watching and liking them for the most part. Yeah, they actually like that. So right now, SmackDowns were losing their footing, and I don't. People say, oh, it's Road Dogg, like this, that, the other, fine. You want to blame Road Dogg, that's this, that, the other. But there's still issues there. There are always these core issues that are there, but they've been masked because of actually pretty good booking. But their issues were always there. It was there on Raw. It's there on SmackDown. It is there because it's oversaturation. You don't have too many aimless stars. And here, at least there's actually a goal here when you have Shinsuke Nakamura, who just beat Mr. Money in the Bank, and Baron Corbin twice, technically, because of the disqualification. And actually, I thought that was a pretty good match on SmackDown, too. These two, actually, they had a better match. In fact, SmackDown Live was actually better than Battleground, most part, because they actually had a lot better matches. And, they actually had a pretty good stuff here. They actually, they clicked. So, yeah. And honestly, Shinsuke and John Cena, I think it would be a pretty decent match. And you could actually, I think you could build up. You can build up some other stuff there. Because I don't think it's going to end. I don't think it's going to have a clean finish. I think Baron Corbin's going to come out, cost Shinsuke the match, and probably make it a triple threat. Or maybe, or heck, maybe Jinder Mahal comes in and knocks both of them out and make it a triple threat match at WrestleMania, at SummerSlam. Shinsuke Nakamura versus John Cena versus Jinder Mahal. Guess who's the odd one out this time? Yeah, and look, Jinder Mahal's fine, but maybe that would actually help would help everything else. Have Jinder Mahal facing a triple threat match, which would be interesting. I mean, instead of having big match John as Shinsuke Nakamura, why not have a triple? It would be a very interesting way to do it. A triple threat match for the WWE Championship. That would actually be a good way. And if you want to get rid of the title or Jinder or what have you, have John Cena win his 17th championship win, and then have Baron Corbin come in, pin him, and be the guy say, I ended the 17th reign of John Cena. Bam! Yeah, Baron Corbin can have that type of prideful attitude there. You can roll away from there. So my lesson is, my long-standing ramble here, and hopefully you have followed me here, is that the WWE have these issues about giving these big matches free, but I think they're not going to give this big match free yet, because it could happen. You could have a clean finish here, and I could be completely wrong, but I don't see this going to happen. You're not going to see a clean finish. I think you're going to, and honestly, the one thing I am liking about this is that they are praising winners instead of just basically saying, okay, losers get a match here. I still have no idea why you have mostly losers in the Money in the Bank match to begin with. Winners should be in the main event. Losers should be, proven to be win. Until you start winning matches, then you should not be in the Money in the Bank match. That's to me right there. That's, to me, makes sense. I still have no idea why Baron Corbin, Dolph Ziggler, and AJ Styles was in that match to begin with. They should have had Mojo Rawley, Kevin Owens, Sami Zayn, Shinsuke Nakamura. And if the losers want to get in there, they should have fought their way in. There, done. You have matches, and you actually set some stuff up for SmackDown Live later on. Bam, done. But that's just my personal thing. At least they're addressing some of the stuff with making winners seem important, and winning matches seem to have a goal to reach. But that's something I hope that SmackDown does this, but also Monday Night Raw. With say, for example, the Drifter winning, his match against Finn Balor. Hopefully that leads to something in the future for him. Something that could actually lead to the future for him, because Elias Sampson. Let's have Elias Sampson, he's winning matches, so he should be in line for this Intercontinental title. I don't like to see heels or anything else just sit there and be like, okay, he's this, that, yada. No. Just have them compete and actually be a part of this whole storyline. Make them matter. Instead of just sitting around and having them do nothing and waste away. But that's just my personal opinion. Anyway, we're going to take a small little break, and we're going to continue with the WWE discussion. We're going to get into Monday Night Raw. We're going to talk a little about, ladies and gentlemen, about Monday Night Raw. And we're going to talk a little about, the Fatal 4-Way that has just been announced. And we're going to be talking about that. And not only that, we're going to be talking about how, what match is going to be. People are hyped for it. It's going to be a good match or a bad match. I don't know. But we will be getting into that and afterward, and talking about the end, but maybe a little bit of the aftermath as well. And with that, we're going to take a small little break, and we're going to listen to some Super Mario 64 Portrait of a Plumber, and we're going to be listening to some, let's see, what's a good song? Oh, yes. Someone set us up the bomb. No, how's that? It's about the, No, I haven't played this song around. Not that. How about this? Roads to Everywhere the file select by Argyle here, right here, live on the Dukect Lounge. And we will be listening at, and afterwards we will be talking about the WWE Universal title picture and the four men at SummerSlam fighting for the Universal title. We'll be right back right after this here live on the Dukect Lounge. And we are back. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, it is me, Dukect here. Thank you so much for listening. Thank you so much for watching. And thanks for basically sitting back and relaxing on your whatever cool summer day that you're listening to this. I thank you for that, because right here, without you guys listening, I wouldn't exist. So thank you once again for listening to me, Dukect. Now, the Fatal 4-Way at SummerSlam for the Universal Championship, the All Red Everything belt. Well, it's amazing how the Universal Championship had started at SummerSlam, and man, it was so underwhelming when it premiered, and pretty much an underwhelming match. But in my personal opinion, I thought it was okay, but not really meant for a championship crowning, especially that whole Ring of Honor finishing Palooza. Gosh, I hate that. Part of me wish I should have gave it a 6 out of 10 instead of 7, but, well, it was actually pretty decent at the end of the day. Decent for what it is, above average, but, yeah, I just don't like that type of match style, and it seems to be slowly erupting the wrestling scene, and I hate that. I wish when finishers meant something. And hopefully with these four men that going into the match, I hope that actually happens. As we are now looking at four men who want to do one thing and be one thing, ladies and gentlemen, to be at top of Raw, to be the big man, the big dog. As we have, talking about the big dog, we have Roman Reigns challenging Brock Lesnar. Also in the mix, you have Samoa Joe, the right hand of destruction. And the monster among men, Braun Strowman. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, this card looks to be that match should be a completely and total, honestly, a car crash of beauty. It should be, ladies and gentlemen, a beautiful disaster. A beautiful disaster. Make sure everything's right. There we are. Yes, a beautiful disaster of, honestly, just basically a complete and utter just nastiness of everyone just going after each other. Punch, kick, this, that, the other, and basically just, honestly, just body slam. Just, honestly, a truly fun triple threat match, a fatal 4-way match that you just don't know who's going to win. And quite honestly, I miss those matches. I do. I really miss matches like that of just smash mouth, just coming in there and just beat the crap out of your opponent. And none of the people out there is going to be really feeling it. It feels natural to have this stuff here. Joe feels, even though he lost, he feels like he was this close to putting down the beast, and he was. And I really enjoyed it. You had pretty much the whole show completely collapse on itself. But that's just, one day I will take care of Great Balls of Fire. I'll take care of that soon enough if people want me to review it. Ugh. But, anyway, moving on. You had Strowman who won, ladies and gentlemen, who won the ambulance match via, silly means. And then you have, the aftermath of that, of him just getting destroyed and everything. And then you have Roman Reigns who declared himself the number one contender after the whole situation. And then he had to fight for it. And then, him and Samoa Joe for a third time. Third time. Even though that should be the main event at some pay-per-view instead of, wasting in a pointless Monday Night Raw. And then when that number one contendership match happened, Strowman came in and murdered all of them. Murdered both Joe and Reigns, and basically looked convinced either. Heck, it looked like even when he had that, the Coleman clutch, that's just big, that sleeper on him. It didn't really affect Strowman that much either. So it looks like he's that strong. Like Strowman is just this monster among men. You just got to keep wailing him down to see if you can actually just take him out. That sort of thing. That, and to me, that's one of the reasons why people like him. This huge monster, you just can't stop him. All you have to do is just survive. And Reigns in there, whoever you feel for him or whatever, he is actually a pretty good wrestler. And I think he can, he does really good matches. He's not terrible. He's not sloppy. He's not dangerous in the ring or anything like that. He is a very good, strong power wrestler. And I think he can be saved. And if they do turn him heel, wait like 2 weeks later, people are going to be cheering his name because they just want to screw around the WWE, trying to do that type of stuff. And when they turn the face, they're going to boo him. It's just going to be like a game day play for a while. And Strowman, well, like I said, Monster Man. Joe, he's getting up there, but he still could be that crafty type of dude who just beats the crap. I mean, he could be that. I think if Joe winning the title would be a interesting way here. I think he should have had Joe win the title anyway at Great Balls of Fire if you want to do that. Lesnar, I think he wants to go back to UFC and fight John Jones or whatever. He wants to lead WWE, so I think this could be a swan song, a part of the swan song tour for Lesnar. So this is a way to get the belt off Lesnar. So you put him on. I say personally, I would put the belt on Joe, and have Joe choke out Lesnar, and Roman loses his mind and turns heel after that, and goes after Joe and everything else. And meanwhile, for Strowman, you know what? Have him take down the Mizrahids and become the Intercontinental Champion. Let's see how good he goes without Reigns. Because it's easy to get face pops when he beats up Reigns. Let's see what happens if he goes around the Miz for a while. And see if he can actually do something. Because that would be right there. That would be pretty cool. I will have Strowman hold the Intercontinental title for a good long while. And if he's ready for it, I know people might not like it. Even though I'm very, very underwhelmed by him, I will see what would happen with him and Big Cass. Just to see if he can. If it's not the case and that's not going to happen for him, well, I have no idea. Maybe Apollo Crews, if they want to have him turn heel, that sort of thing. If they want to have Apollo Crews maybe be the manipulative heel, like to finally have all the tools to beat Strowman, but then in the end cheats or something, maybe, I don't know. Or maybe he keeps training and then finally does the impossible and beats Strowman. That sort of thing at WrestleMania, which would be very interesting if they could do that. But those are my cases for beating the Intercontinental Championship, which would be actually, I think I would like. That's what I would do. But then again, I could be wrong. I want to hear what you guys would think. Leave something in the comments below. And that's pretty much it, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much for listening. Thank you so much for taking part here live on the Dukect Lounge. It's Dukect here. Peace and love. I will see y'all when I see y'all later.